What's up, you guys? Welcome to another video. This human is supposed to be napping, but these days he doesn't want to nap unless I'm holding him, so I'm just going to rock him to sleep. He's staring me dead in the eyes, and I thought I'd film this video. He is currently 11 weeks old. Hello, baby. He's 11 weeks old, and I'm gonna let you guys know about his first and his second month. I have written down notes. So I gave birth to him at 37 weeks pregnant. You can check out my birth vlog and my birth video in the description box. Yeah, it was, you know, unplanned. I didn't obviously plan to give birth at 37 weeks. I had to be induced, and it ended up being a cesarean section. And then when he was born, well, the reason it ended up being a C-section and the reason I needed to get induced is because he wasn't getting enough oxygen from me, from my umbilical cord and placenta. So he stopped growing at 37 weeks or 36, and they decided we need to get this baby out. Okay, so he wasn't getting enough oxygen. When he was born, the pediatrician had to like tend to him like quite quickly and give him a little oxygen, and then I had to keep him on my chest for a very long time. I know a lot of moms do skin to skin after they give birth, and dads too. I kept him on me just so he can remember to breathe, because apparently they forget to breathe. Then when we took him home, he's looking right at me. He had jaundice, so he was in a billy bed for a week. So we were lucky that we didn't have to leave him at the hospital. The place that we gave birth, they don't have a NICU, so we didn't leave him there. And also he wasn't under those UV lights where they have to wear like blinds and the light is shining from the top. He had phototherapy on a billy bed, which is much better for them. So the light comes from the bottom, from a billy bed, and he was on that bed for a week, which was frustrating because I couldn't hold him for long. Like when it was time for me to nurse him, I had to put him down quite quickly so that the bilirubin levels don't go back up, you know. There was a day that they went up by like 0.2%, and I was very upset. I think they need to get down to 11%, and then the body will do the rest for it to be like in a safe zone. So yeah, that week that I gave birth, my mom was here, my sister was here with us. So he met his maternal side of the family, but he has never met currently his paternal side of the family due to us being under lockdown. So all he really knows, he probably doesn't remember my mom or my sister, is me, his dad, and my brother, his uncle. So that was the first month. The first month went really quickly. I struggled a lot with breastfeeding, but currently it's a lot better. I just want to put him down quickly. Hold on. Sorry about that. Breastfeeding was hell for me for the first 6 weeks, but I will do a separate video on breastfeeding like I've said before. And I just want to add to the breastfeeding thing. Like there's a doctor, an OB that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Dr. Sterling, and she's brilliant. She doesn't work at her practice anymore. She helps moms with postpartum. Like she creates courses, and I remember last week sometime she released a new online course called the Postpartum Rescue, which is targeted at moms that are in their first year of postpartum, and it covers things like relationships, breastfeeding, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But in terms of breastfeeding, what stood out for me in the course when she's been promoting it is she has such good tips. Like she tells you that if you are pregnant, you need to prepare for that, and I was very poorly prepared. I didn't know how to prepare. Like, you know, I know one of my friends, mommy friends, told me to prepare for breastfeeding, but like, okay, read up about what is mastitis, what is engorgement, and all of those terms, what is a letdown, and then what, you know. I think you can prepare, but you can only prepare so much. There's nothing that can prepare you for the pain, the nipple pain and the pain of engorgement. But what she said was, when you're pregnant, you need to choose a formula and keep some in your house. I don't currently have formula in my house, because for a long time I thought, oh, if I have formula, then I'm just going to give up and just use it, which is probably what would have happened in the first 6 weeks had I had formula in my house. But now, 12 weeks in, breastfeeding is going much better. He actually knows how to unlatch when he's full. It's not painful unless he bites, which hardly happens. So keep the tin of formula in your house, so that if your breastfeeding journey doesn't go the way that you had planned for it to go, you have it there. You know, you never know what's going to happen. If there's a time where it's the middle of the night, things are not going well, at least there's something you can feed your baby. What matters is that your baby is fed. That's what matters, okay? Because it'll be even more stressful for you if you can't feed your baby, okay? Never mind, you can't feed the baby breast milk. If you cannot feed your baby and it's midnight and the shops are closed and you don't have the formula in your house, it's going to be stressful. You are going to feel terrible. You're going to feel like a bad mom, which you're not. So yeah, I will do a separate video on breastfeeding. But carrying on, like I said, the first month went by really quickly. Then in the second month, so everybody that has been commenting on my boy's haircut, babies, ladies, friends, it's not a haircut. So he got cradle cap really badly, and cradle cap is like this layer of fat that turns into flakes, and when the flakes were falling out, they fell out with his hair. As you can see, mommy's got quite healthy hair, and he was born with a full head of hair. If you've seen any videos I've posted on my stories or when he was small, you will see he was born with a full head of hair, and then the cradle cap came, and now he has like what seems like a mohawk, which is cute, but that wasn't the point. We didn't cut his hair in that style, it just fell out. It is growing back though. What we did was put baby oil, but what really worked was putting Vaseline on it every day and just combing it so that the flakes can just come out, and washing it obviously with baby shampoo. When he was born, he was 2.6 kilos, like I mentioned in my vlog, my birth vlog, and in my birth story video. He's gained a ton of weight now. I think he's 5.7 kilos now, which is almost 6 kilos, and he fits his clothes so much better. He was like drowning in his clothes. We bought him, my mom bought him newborn clothes, and he didn't fit them. And now he fits them. He's still wearing his newborn clothes and his 0 to 3 months old clothes. There are some body vests that we may need to store away. Some wants to like give the clothes away. I'm like, no, keep the clothes, because we're gonna have other kids, you know. I hope we can have other kids. Don't know. His lashes and brows grew. He's got lashes and brows like mom, not like that, thank goodness. Daddy's lashes are not fleeky, babes. Even if he's a boy, we want fleeky lashes. His smiles, you guys, his smile, it melts my heart. Like, oh my goodness, just the cutest little thing. Oh, he hasn't chuckled yet. He just talks a lot. He like blabs a lot. What do they call it? Yeah, he like talks, baby talk a lot, especially when he's like, when we're changing him. Oh my word, he gets so excited. I don't know why. Maybe he's excited that he's getting out of a dirty nappy. Other things he's done in his second month is he rolls. So we've got this play mat that was one of our gifts from the baby shower, and he rolls from tummy to back. So he hasn't rolled from back to tummy yet, but he knows how to roll from his tummy to his back. He doesn't do it all the time, but he does it. He's done it like quite a few times, which brings me to the next point. And because we've seen him rolling, we are transitioning him out of a swaddle, you guys. I don't know if I'm pro swaddle or if I'm anti swaddle, because when we were here with him in the first week that he was at home with jaundice, The nurse that came to take his bloods and do all of those things and check his weight said, don't swaddle him, it's like putting him, you know, restricting him. And so we kept him out of a swaddle and he was fine. We didn't sleep much, you know, not only because of the Moro reflex, but also because he was feeding round the clock at that point. You know, I needed to be very disciplined in waking up on time and feeding him and all of that, so that the bilirubin levels can decrease. Now we're transitioning him out of the swaddle. So we went back to the swaddle. Now we're trying to transition him out of the swaddle. You guys, it is a long journey. I don't know. Everything I've read online says, okay, do one arm out for 2 to 3 nights, then do the second arm out for 2 to 3 nights, and then take the whole swaddle out or put him in a sleeping bag. No, we did one arm out for like 2 or 3 weeks. And only now he's got the second arm out, and it's been a week or so, and we have not put him in a sleeping bag yet. Actually put him in a sleeping bag one night when it was very, very cold, with arms out, of course. But I need to go buy a proper sleeping bag. I see they sell them in like 1 tog, 2.5 tog, blah blah blah, but it's like the thermal thing, like, so 2.5 is obviously warmer than a 1 tog sleeping bag. But I'm not gonna buy 2. I'm probably gonna buy 1 and then just dress him up warmly if it's cold under the sleeping bag. So that's the thing. I don't know if you are pro swaddle or anti swaddle, but at this point I'm just like, you know what, the sooner you get them out the swaddle, the better. The Moro reflex thing, it's annoying AF, because he like wakes himself up. He wakes himself up, and then I have to obviously rock him back to sleep or whatever. Apparently it's survival instinct. Currently he's almost 3 months old and it's slowly going away. It doesn't happen as often as it used to, and when it does happen, it's very, very slight. Moving on from sleeping bags and stuff, so he's been indoors since he was born because we are under lockdown, y'all. Like, and even now that we're moving to level 3, or we're in level 3 of lockdown, I'm not comfortable taking him anywhere. You know, we're not moving down levels because there's no more coronavirus. We're moving down levels because the economy is going through it all. You know, the economy is not doing great and we need to get back to work. So I don't know when I will allow visitors. It stresses me out and I don't want to think about that, and I think that people can respect the fact that I don't want visitors. I think he's met one of my friends, that's it. Yeah, and she's a doctor, so she takes like proper precautions, you know. He's been indoors. Another thing on the playmat is he has started to notice the images on there. So this playmat is created so perfectly. It's like got like these black and white images, and when he's down for tummy time, he stays there and he moans a little bit, but as long as he's facing the pictures, he's so focused on them that he can stay on his tummy for a good minute. You know, tummy time could be like 5 seconds, but he stays down for like 30 minutes, 45, pushing a minute on a good day, if he's fed and if he has burped and if he's done spitting up. Because he spits up a lot. That's another thing. It's like when he was smaller in his first month, he wasn't spitting up so much, and now I'm a little bit concerned about his reflux because he doesn't make noises in his sleep, like, because that would make me think, okay, does he have silent reflux where it's coming up and going back down and it's hurting him? But he spits up and it's just like clear water, and I'm like, what is that? You know, should I go to the chiro or take him to the chiro so that she can help him out with the reflux? I don't know. Sim says we'd be wasting money, but you know, I'm all about helping the baby to live his best life, honestly, be comfortable. We've also put together his pram, stroller, pram, whichever word you use. We put together his pram, and it's so beautiful, you guys. It's stunning, honestly. And we took him on a walk, but right now it's getting so cold, and when we were in level 4 of lockdown, they told us we could go exercising between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. It's damn cold at that time. I cannot take my child out at that time. As much as I need to exercise, and I'd love to exercise and go for a walk and go for a run, I just can't take him out at that time, because then I have to dress him up like we live in Alaska. We don't. So now that we're in level 3 and we can exercise whatever time we want to, I can at least take him like later during the daytime, like lunchtime, or like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, he's been on his first walk, but he sleeps all the time when we go for a walk, so he doesn't really know what's going on outside. Yeah, he stays in mittens, and we bought him these mittens. We bought him these mittens because he scratches himself. I cut his nails all the time, so I don't understand how they can be so sharp, because when he's on the boob, he likes to stick his hands in my eyes, in my nose, scratch my face, just like not cute stuff. I don't know, he's very easily distracted now as well. Like if I'm nursing and Simpiwe walks into the room, he'll turn to look like hello, and he turns with my boob, so like he just bites down and turns like hi. This is attached to a body. It's so when you do that. It's very cute though that he turns to see who's coming into the third room. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know anything about early childhood development. These are the milestones that my child has had, like smiling, rolling. He also holds his rattle. He holds it, he just doesn't move it around. I think it's a bit heavy for him, or maybe he just doesn't even know he's holding it. I don't know. Although he has noticed his hands, and he brings his hands to his mouth. He loves to eat his hands, which is just like, why, child? I guess all babies do that. Yeah, these are just my baby's milestones. I don't know what babies should be doing by what age and all of that jazz, all of those details, but according to my app, I'm using the Wonder Weeks. He seems to be on track. Other than that, if there's anything else that I notice that is out of the ordinary, I'd have to consult his pediatrician, or maybe further along in his life, maybe take him to see an early childhood development specialist, like an occupational therapist or whatever. So that is it. That's it. I'm going to do these in like 2 months, these updates, these baby updates. I'll do them for like month 3 and 4 and so on. So I won't do like 1 month, 2 month, whatever. I will do 1 month and 2 month, 3 month and 4 month, and so on. He sounds like he's waking up, so I'm gonna stop this video here. It's been like just over 15 minutes. Why is he waking up? Anyways, I'll rock him back to sleep. Thank you for watching. Let me know what milestones your baby's hitting and all of that beautiful stuff in the comment box. I will see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.